Live from the closet, it's
Hi everybody, good evening. Earlier today, Sir Memphis was chasing me through the house with a sword. He does this like every other day that he's here. But I'm there thinking to myself, boy, howdy, chivalry really is dead, isn't it? I just didn't think it was going to kill me, you know? What's with the goblin thing still? Am I green or am I colorblind? I'm just not certain of what's going on at this point.
Everyone on YouTube, it's me, Spooky Memphis, back at you with the 100 Days of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where every day for 100 days we're dueling with different decks every day. Today, everyone, is day 85 of the 100 Days of Yu-Gi-Oh! Which is crazy because that means there's only 15 days left to do this show. But we're taking a look at another day of the GOAT format, which is the 2005 ban list season. Old classic Yu-Gi-Oh cards that are completely free, and we're taking a look at a thunderdragon deck today, which is it's not quite like modern thunderdragons. There's only the one monster, but that's the idea of today's deck. We have our thunderdragon monster, we have some chaos cards as well. We're gonna try and summon out our twin-headed thunderdragon in this deck, and actually, maybe I should put in another one. I think Memphis meant to put in another one. But yeah, we'll put in another one just in case. But yes, this is our deck, everyone. We're going to be going into yugioh Pro, show off the combos and wombos and the what do's and what not do's with this deck. And we'll show off all the cool stuff that thunderdragon can do. So we have our whole deck here. If you want to know all the cards that are in here and why, that'll be at the end as always. For now, please consider the like button and stuff if you enjoy seeing GOAT format and you like what we do today. And let's go ahead into the action, get ourselves a match here on yugioh Pro, and show off some classic Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. Alright everyone, it's time for our first duel of the day, another day and another card game and all that stuff. Does that really apply when we're doing matches? I'm not sure, but let's just go into it anyway. So with our opening hand, this is actually a really good hand. This is actually really good. I don't have any traps to like save anything, but at the same time, we're going to use our thunderdragon to get 2 other copies of itself. And I also have the light hex sealed fusion, which is like really good if I needed it. But basically, thanks to King of the Swamp, I can get my polymerization spell, and I can do all the stuff I'd like to do. Let's see. I guess. Let's summon out Cyberstein and use his ability. This will let me just fusion out a monster from my deck. In this case, since we're going first and everything, I'll go for Dark Balter. He put up some good work for us yesterday, so I'm hoping he'll do it again. We'll activate polymerization. Kind of risking things here, but I really want to show off this is what our deck is about. Let's see. What is it? How does this tribute fusion monsters on the field, including this face it? No, that's fine. I'm gonna summon out twin-headed thunderdragon just to show that that's what this deck is about. We're playing thunderdragons, and I summoned the fusion. So there you go. I've summoned the boss monster of original thunderdragon. So I think that's good. I think this will do for now. I mean, let's see. Legend. Okay, we played against this with the clown deck, so I know what this is. This is Legendary Ocean. He's going to try and summon out Daedalus so that he can destroy the field and stuff. Also, he can destroy my hands, which is not good. We'll see where this is going to go. Alright, Abyss Soldiers on the field. That's unfortunate. What are you going to get rid of? You can discard a water monster to target and return my cards to the hand. Well, that's unfortunate. I was really hoping my opponent would play some normal spells or something, which, to be fair, they might do now, but, you know, doing that means that, yeah, Dark Balter's gone. That's unfortunate. Alright, so I assume you're going to play a trap or two, and he did. Definitely played something. So let's summon... Let me think about this. How does this work again? I don't have any water monsters, so I'm just going to go ahead and... You know what? I'm feeling lucky today. I'm going to go all in here. I'm going to use Snatch Steal on his Abyss Soldier, and then I'm going to special summon Blackluster Soldier, Envoy of the Beginning. And let's see. I could remove a monster from play, but that's kind of a silly thing to do. 3, 5... Okay, wait. I think I need another monster, so I'm going to summon the Light Hex Sealed Fusion. That way, I can just attack with everything. I will not be afraid of Mirror Force today. No, sir. Alright, so that... Unless I'm mistaken, unless he's saving his card for something, I'm just going to attack with everything. And then that should be good for an OTK in GOAT format. You barely see those. Oh, wait, hold on. He does have something. He does have Call of the Haunted. Okay. I mean, that will save his life points and stuff. He'll still have 500 life points, so that's not great, but it's okay. He will gain some life points back, but I got 4 monsters on the field. My opponent doesn't have any monsters on the field, so it's really going to depend on what they draw into here, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see. I still has Abyss Soldier, too, which, admittedly, this would have been really good if I had water monsters, but I don't. Alright, Aqua Spirit. Okay, well, that's going to take some of my life points, yeah. But I don't think that ruins anything for me, unless he has another trap card. He has another monster, so that's something. Let's see. Alright, so you're going to use your Aqua Spirit on who? On my Thunderdragon? Okay, that's probably the smart move. Let me think. I'm going to use my Soldier's effect on his face-down monster. Set monsters have way too many good effects in this format for me to not worry about those. So, while this will allow my opponent to, like, recover a bit, it's unfortunate because I was really close to that OTK. This is still, like, the best move, I think. Definitely say this is the best move here. So, continuing on, yeah, definitely glad I got rid of Penguin Soldier, because that could have gotten rid of 2 of my cards, and more importantly, he could have gotten back Abyss Soldier, so that'll be good for duel number 1. Again, that's exactly what we want the deck to do. I summoned out my my Thunderdragon, so I don't even need the side deck, I don't think. I think we'll be fine. Definitely with this, yes, definitely with a hand like this, I think we'll be fine. None of my light monsters, though, so that's troublesome, but once I get Thunderdragon, I'm good. I think we'll be fine. So, okay. Very good. Let's see. Let's start off with our Graceful Charity. We'll go ahead and draw 3 cards. Okay, my goodness. Our deck is very eager today, and I like that a lot. I really like that this deck. It's not really... In GOAT format, it's not always a thing that you have your deck be this aggressive. But our deck is being very consistent and very aggressive today, which I appreciate. Now, I do need to stress that is probably going to be something bad. Let me think. I have 2 Thunder Dragons and 2... Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to summon out Blackluster Soldier, because, again, I don't trust any set monster my opponent has. It's just a... Well, actually, hold on. I think... Actually, no. I'm okay with this. We're going to summon out our Cyberstein. And we'll pay our 5,000 life points. And I'm going to summon out Dark Balter the Terrible. Because he's just really good. And we'll special summon Chaos Sorcerer as well. So we have all the Chaos monsters on the board. And let's go ahead for the battle phase. And that should be good. I don't think that's going to be game. No, it's not enough for winning the duel or anything. But I do have Dark Balter the Terrible. So he'll stop any monster my opponent would want to use here. No Nightmare Penguins and no Penguin Soldiers or no Sandgans or anything like that. None of those are going to work here. But yeah, this is what I want the deck to do. Is I'm just trying to summon out a lot of big monsters and start attacking my opponent. So no, this is good. This feels nice. It's kind of closer to more modernish Yu-Gi-Oh with this deck. Not quite, but it's close. It's kind of close. So let's attack my opponent with everything. I'm gonna go ahead and activate. Do I want to use card destruction? Not really, but at the same time, why not? Just to see what happens. Oh, he had lightning. So okay, that was wait a minute. Oh yeah, that was definitely a good idea. I guess I'll set Regeki Break just in case. But yeah, I think this is good. Yeah, because while I had Balter to negate spells, he had a lot of spells. All right, Snatch Steal would normally be a problem, but thankfully I have my Mystic Space Typhoon, so I can get rid of his equipped spells. That's good. Yeah, I really don't want him to steal this if I can help it, because then he can just destroy all my life points. So I'm good with that. All right. So not quite done here. I mean, yeah, I've drawn into Heavy Storm. Why would I not play that? And my opponent surrenders. All right, well, that was really, really, really quick. Okay. I think we need to try and find a second match. I think we do, because that was really quick. So, for the first time in GOAT format, let's find a second opponent and see if we can have another back and forth there. Alrighty, everyone, second opponent. Let's go and do it again. I guess it's kind of weird to say that since we've been doing matches, but at the same time, it's kind of fitting. Alright, so what do we have here? It's a very eclectic hand. Not quite as strong as the last hands we were getting, but you know what? We'll work into it. So we'll add polymerization. I'm going to summon Mystic Tomato in attack mode. So hopefully we don't have to deal with, you know, Nobleman of Crossout or anything like that. That's what I'm hoping for. Just so that this can get destroyed and I can summon another monster. That'd be great. So we'll see where this is going to go. I've got my Ring of Destruction trap card if I really need it. We got the Mystic Tomato on the field. We'll see where this goes. We'll see. But this is what we want to see. Let's see. No. Okay, more flip monsters. I mean, this is GOAT format. There's a lot of set monsters and a lot of flip monster things that happen. So that's why that's how that's why Nobleman of Crossout is so prevalent in this format, and why it's at 2 is because so many flip monsters exist in this format. And you know, Grave Weaver Spy is one of the more mellow ones, I guess. I mean, the Cyber Jars in this format. Things like, I don't think Fiber Jars in this. I'm pretty sure that's still illegal. I would be seeing a lot more Fiber Jars if that was legal, I think. But yeah, he's got 2 Gravekeeper Spies. That's totally fine. This is one of the parts in Yu-Gi-Oh! Where I kind of wish that, I kind of wish that there were some more generic fusions in GOAT format, but that's what it is. That is the one problem with polymerized, like, fusion decks in this format, is that a lot of your cards are, you know, a lot of the fusions are very specific with their materials. So what do we have here? Alright, you summon out the tomato and you're tributing it for Mobius the Frost Monarch. I guess I'll activate Ring of Destruction on it. I'd rather try to keep my card. I mean, I don't really need these cards, but at the same time, this way my opponent will take damage. Now, I can't use, what's it called? I can't use my Cyberstein anymore, but that's okay, I think. I think that'll be fine. Okay, so this is a Monarch deck? I didn't know Monarchs were even in GOAT format. That's cool, I guess. So you have Mobius the Frost Monarch. Do you have other Monarchs? I would assume you do. Alright, Pot of Greed. I could really use my Pot of Greed right now. I have a lot of good cards in my hand, but none of the ones I want in my hand. What is this doing? Taking control of my monsters. Stop stealing my monsters. I need those. And you'll tribute something for Zaborg the Thunder Monarch. Alright, that's not good, because that will restore my Night Assailant. I was kind of hoping to keep that on the field. Let's see. Alright. Well, I think I don't know. Unless I can draw into my thunderdragon, this is not good. Alright, that might help. Alright, let's activate our Graceful Charity spell. As soon as I can click the buttons. We'll activate Graceful Charity. Oh boy, that's not great. I'm gonna have to set a card and activate my card destruction. I really need to hope I can get Thunderdragon here. If not, I don't think there's anything I can do here. Alright. I mean, we'll give it a shot. I mean, I have Mirror Force, so if we get... Oh, you're probably missing Tomato too. Okay. But yeah, that's not great. Where is my Thunder Dragon? I need it really bad. If I had Thunder Dragon, I could make my fusion and I could destroy the Zaborg. The problem is going to be here if he has another Mobius, which I think I discarded one of his, so hopefully he doesn't play 3 of this card. I just don't know. I don't know, but this does appear to be a Monarch deck, which is kind of cool. I didn't know that Monarch, like I said, I didn't know they were in here, but I guess they must be. So that means he also has Ryza the Storm Mark, which actually Ryza would be really strong in this format. And then he must have Grandmarg as well. So it's just hard to say where this could go from here. Luckily, I don't need to worry about Zaborg because he only destroys monsters. But I really was hoping to draw into like my Thunder Dragon here. Okay, he was a bit too smart to fall for putting everything in attack mode, but I had to give it a shot. So yeah, that destroys Zaborg. And we'll see where it goes from here. Alright, just setting another... Probably a Mystic Tomato or something. Alright. All is going to come down to whatever I draw here. If I can get my Thunder Dragon, that would be great. That is not Thunder Dragon at all. So, I don't know. This first duel might be a bust. I did not draw the cards I needed. Where is all that power from the first 2 duels? I don't know. Oh, now you're going to put this in attack. Okay, you're going to put 1 in attack mode. My opponent's being very cautious, but at the same time being very adventurous, because if that had been Cyberjar, you would have been in trouble. Actually, I probably could have put Cyberjar in here. I don't know. Would Cyberjar have worked in this deck? Maybe. Maybe. But let's go ahead and put our face down here, and I don't know. It's all going to depend on what he does here. I'm really hoping he'll flip summon his monster, so I can destroy all the monsters on the field. But my opponent seems to be a bit too wise for that, so he's probably going to be the smart one and just put these in attack mode, and that's going to be it for this first duel. Alright, but that, you know what? Let's keep going. You know, we still got to finish this matchup. Let's see if we can win these other 2 duels here. I didn't finish up the side deck. I probably should have, but at the same time, it's okay. I'll make it work. Don't ask me how, though. Okay, so let's go ahead. Oh, now you're here. Where were you in the last duel when I needed you, Thunder Dragon? I needed you really bad. Why did you not show up before? I don't like that. Alright. Pot of Greed time. Draw ourselves 2 more cards. And let's see. Well, now that I know that he's playing Monarchs, right? I don't think it's a smart idea to just summon my fusion monster as much as I'd like to. Because he's clearly trying to use things like brain control to steal my monsters. And then he can go from there basically. And, you know, he can tribute my monsters for his. And that's bad. But now we're just going to trade tomatoes. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like people are fighting at like a comedy show or something and everyone's throwing tomatoes at each other. Something like that. But I'll summon another Mystic Tomato. I think we might both just trade off our tomatoes here. Imagine the plan here, but for both of us, by the way, is that he's going to use up all his tomatoes, I'll use up my tomatoes, And we'll eventually end on both of us going into Sangan. It's hard to say though, because I summoned my tomato first, so he gets to like choose whatever he summons here. But yeah, this is an interesting little interaction here. That, you know, we're both just summoning out tomatoes. Alright, so Mystic Tomato once again. Let's go for Sangan. We'll go for Sangan on our field. What is he going to... Okay, yep. So we did exactly the same thing. Okay. Alright, I guess that's called perfectly symmetrical violence there, that we both did the same thing here. So what are we going to search here? Because I already have polymerization. I guess we'll get Magician of Faith for later. I think that's good enough, because I can get back Pot of Greed. I think that'll be fine. And my opponent, though, that is the question. What would they get? It's hard to say. Okay, Okay. I'm starting to feel... Is this flattery or something? You're imitating all my plays? I don't think so. It is certainly odd that we played almost exactly the same cards, though. Alright, so now it's our turn. Let's see here. Okay, the Cyberstein is good. Cyberstein's really good. Let me think about how, do I have any? I will get a light. Okay, here's what we'll do. Here's what we will do. We'll summon out Cyberstein to our field, and we're going to use his ability. Of course, if he uses Solemn Judgment here, that's fine too. That's totally fine. So we'll go for Cyberstein. Let's see. What do I want to summon to the field? That's the question. I could just go for the Master of Oz. But if that face down is... if that face down card is something bad, I don't want to do that. So I'm thinking we go for Ryu Senshi here. Because this can negate trap cards. I'll activate Polymerization. In order to fusion summon into my Thunderdragon. Right? Summon that out. And then banish a light and a dark monster. For Blackluster Soldier. Let's see, 3, 5. Yeah, that's enough for game right there. So I think that ought to work. Yeah, there it goes. Okay. So we come back into the second duel. Let's go ahead for one more here. And that'll be great. If we can go 4-1 today, that would be great. So we're going first. Our opening hand is just fine. I have my Thunderdragon, so that's great. I'm really hoping he sets some cards, though. You know, more than one would be great, but one will be fine at the same time. I've got Heavy Storm, so if I can get rid of a few of my opponent's spell traps, would be great. Or if we just use a Solemn Judgment, that'll get rid of half his life points, so that's also good. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to activate our Heavy Storm spell. We'll see what my opponent has, because he could have a lot of... Yeah, there we go. There we go. So that'll stop Solemn Judgment from being a problem in the future. We'll activate Delinquent Duo. And I'll get rid of every card in my opponent's hand, so that's good. Alright. We'll activate our King of the Swamp to get our Polymerization spell. Yep. I'm going to discard one Thunderdragon so I can get the other one. Just to, you know, thin the deck out and stuff. But this ought to be good to at least, you know, I mean, we'll attack his monster, basically. We don't yet know what it is, and from what we've seen, it's either going to be Gravekeeper's Spy, Mystic Tomato, or something of the like. Oh, it's Magician of Faith. Okay. I guess he can get back Soul Exchange, which isn't great. But it's what it is. Okay, so you'll get Soul Exchange back. So if he draws into one of his Monarchs, that's not good. But we'll see where this goes. Alright. But that's just fine. I mean, I wanted him to use Solemn Judgment to, you know, cost himself some life points. Granted, Snatch Steal is here now. It's not ideal, but that's why I have the Night Assailant, so I can destroy my opponent's monsters and stuff. But now I'm the one who's out of cards, which is not good. So let's go ahead and destroy the Thunderdragon. Because if this stays on the field, that's like not going to be good in the long run. It's one thing if my opponent had a monster I could deal with to do that, but this works too. So let's go ahead and banish a light and a dark monster, not in that order, and summon out a Black Luster Soldier. I'm gonna go ahead and until I get more monsters, I'm just gonna remove his monsters from play. Yeah, because I don't trust his monsters. That's the thing. So we'll see what this is gonna. Again, if he draws a Monarch, which I think he has at least 4 of in his deck, we just need to be careful here. Let's see. Card destruction will be useful later, I think. Alright, let's attack with our Black Luster Soldier. See where this goes. I had a feeling it was Ring of Destruction. That's a very risky maneuver there. That was a big risk. I hope they know what they're doing. But, I mean, that's probably good in a sense, like, if he does draw into a monster, that's great. It's all going to depend on what I draw. Oh, hello, Sangan. You're literally exactly what I needed. Okay. So we'll attack with Sangan, and if this goes through, okay. There we go. So I think that'll be good for today. I mean, we've done everything we wanted to do, and we got to do multiple opponents today, so that's really good. So let's go ahead for the end screen. We'll talk more about our Thunder Dragon deck today. Alrighty, everyone. So our Thunder Dragon deck went, what was it, 4-1 today, which is actually really, really good. We were able to summon out all of our Thunder Dragons and cards, and we summoned out a whole bunch of monsters. We were able to do a lot of damage with this deck. It's almost similar to modern Yu-Gi-Oh! In that respect, that we can summon a whole lot of monsters in one turn and just do lots of damage. So I'd say it was very successful. We set out to summon Thunder Dragons, and boy howdy did we summon Thunder Dragons. So I would say very successful today. You know, the deck does brick on like the rare occasion, but other than that, you know, it's able to do what it wants to do. We summon our Thunder Dragons, and then we just kind of roll into our opponent and do a lot of damage. So I'd say it worked out pretty good, and I hope everyone at home enjoyed it as well. So thanks everyone for stopping by. You know, hit the like button if you enjoyed today's episode. If you like Thunder Dragons too. And here's the deck profile for anyone who wants to know about it. Oh, also, tomorrow, day 86, it's going to be the 2-week, final 2 weeks of the 100 Days Yu-Gi-Oh!, which is pretty scary to think about. But Memphis told me not to tell you what the deck looks like, but he said it's something akin to Infernity, but in GOAT format somehow. I'm not sure exactly what it's supposed to mean, but that's what tomorrow's going to be. I'm just not allowed to show you. I'm sorry, I can't show you the deck, but here's today's deck. You're welcome to see that one. So for our main deck, well, we played the 1 Black Luster Soldier because we can only play the 1. 2 Chaos Sorcerer, which is a good backup for this monster. 3 Thunder Dragons, because that's a Thunder Dragon deck. 1 Breaker for spell trap removal. 3 copies of Mystic Tomato to fill up the graveyard with dark monsters. 2 Light Hex Sealed Fusion, which can be substituted for any fusion material listed on a card. And it can also fusion summon by attributing monsters on the field, including itself. So it's a nice alternate way to fusion summon. 1 Sangan to search out cards. 3 King of the Swamp, which, much like the Light, can also substitute itself and can discard itself to get polymerization. 2 copies of Night Assailant, just to have another dark monster, but one that can remove cards from the field. 2 copies of Cyberstein to get out big fusions. And 1 Magician of Faith for another light monster that can recover spells. We have our Heavy Storm, of course. We have Dimension Fusion, which can be really useful in a late game sort of thing, if you have enough life points, mind you. But if I have a couple banished monsters, I can pay 2,000 to revive as many as possible. My opponent does too, so you gotta be careful with it, but that's the idea of this card. 1 Polymerization for the fusion. Delinquent Duo and Product Reader, just staples in GOAT format decks. Chaos End is a really cool card if it survives to the late game, because all I need is to have 7 or more cards removed from play and it'll destroy all the monsters on the field. It's really good. It's like Geki, but you know, it's something we can actually play in this format. We have our Card Destruction and our Graceful Charity. 2 copies of Nobleman of Crossout for dealing with flip effect monsters. Our Mystic Space Typhoon and Snatch Steal. Very generic sort of things you'll see in a lot of decks. But we also have things like Raigeki Break to destroy my opponent's cards. You know, if they have face down monsters, I don't want to deal with flip monsters or floodgates or things of that nature. This is useful. We have our Mirror Force and Torrential Tribute for just clearing out monsters. A couple copies of a compulsory evacuation device, which works very much like Raigeki Break. You could actually just play 3 of this if you wanted to, so you don't have to worry about discarding cards. So it really just depends on what you're going to be going up against, but you know, this just returns cards to the hand, and then our Ring of Destruction for doing burn damage. So for extra deck, just a lot of fusions we can summon with Cyberstein, things like Restrict, Reaper of the Nightmare, Balter, Skull Dragon, Ryu Senshi. Flame Wingman's cool. I didn't even know he was in goatformat either, but he is. We have our Darkblade Dragon Knight, our Last Warrior, King Dragoon, 2 copies of Twin-Headed Thunderdragon, because you rarely summon him more than once, but it's nice to have another just in case. Things like XYZ Dragon Cannon. Well, I guess I can't actually summon him with Cyberstein, but he's a good luck charm. But we also have things like Dark Paladin, and then we also have Master of Oz. Actually, I can't summon this. What was Memphis thinking when he made this deck? I'm not sure. I'm just going to take these out. But yeah, that's the extra deck. Side deck didn't get put as much love, but there's definitely things like Royal Command for, again, stopping flip monsters, and Royal Decree if you don't want your opponent playing traps. And then again, another compulsory if you feel like you need the thing. And then there's Dimension Fusion again, but 1 copy's generally just fine. So I hope everyone enjoyed. Thank you everyone for stopping by. And I'll see you guys again tomorrow with the 86th day of the 100 Days of Yu-Gi-Oh! Starting the last 2 weeks.